Everyone, I am Dr. Pradip Kumar Mahata. Welcome you all to the next session of UGC NET PYQ 2004 December discussion. So I hope you have attended my previous sessions on YouTube. So let's proceed. So our first question: who among the following Victorian poet is the most sensitive to the conflict between old and the new? So it is very easy to understand from this option, because if you read the poetry of Lord Alfred Tennyson, we can easily see the conflict between old and new. So Lord Alfred Tennyson was famous lyrical poet of Victorian era. He is renowned for his elegiac tone. As you know, his friend Arthur Hallam was died so early, and that makes him shocked, and he composed in memoriam, okay, and a spiritual crisis. And he also wrote the poem break 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 with the sadness of these things. And if you read Ulysses, it also revolves around these things. There is a conflict between the old and the new, okay. So other options are incorrect, because Rossetti is known for the Raphaelite aestheticism, Browning is for dramatic monologue and psychological poem, and Swinburne is known for conventional religious and social taboos. Question number 22 from Victorian age. Under the Greenwood Tree is written by. So it is very easy. It is written by Thomas Hardy. So this particular work was published in 1872, and this is a pastoral novel, just like Return of the Native. It is also a pastoral novel, and it is fictional, set in fictional region Wessex, and it is very famous. There's Wessex novel. So many times asked who wrote Wessex novel, then answer will be Thomas Hardy. So let us focus to the wrong option. Mrs. Gaskell is renowned for his social novel like South and North and South, okay. And George Eliot, renowned for his famous work Middlemarch, and Emily Bronte is famous for her Gothic novel Wuthering Heights. Question number 23, also from Victorian age. The office of circumlocution occurs in. So it occurs in the Blake House. In Charles Lamb's social novels Blake House, the circumlocution office satirizes government's department that masters the art of doing nothing, do the endless paperwork. Let us go to the wrong option. David Copperfield is deal with satire, debtors' prisons. Okay, if you read this novel, you can understand it is a satire on debtors and prisons. Great Expectation is deal with law and social status, and Hard Time is deals with utilitarianism. Okay, utilitarianism, the utility of education and industry. Question number 24 is from also Victorian age. The novel Mary Barton is written by. So it is written by Mrs. Gaskell. It is published in 1842. A devout novel, provides a realistic account of struggle faced by working class families in the industries of city of Manchester. So let's see other options. George Eliot, Emily Bronte, and Dickens. These are the Victorian authors addresses social divisions, not to the specific Manchester story. So that's why these three are a wrong option. These are the wrong option, and Mrs. Gaskell is a correct option. Next question, also from Victorian age. The line poetry is a criticism of life occurs in. Option 1, culture and anarchy, is a wrong option because it deals with social essays and culture. Then modern painter, this one is also wrong because this is written by John Ruskin's Treatise of Evolution. The study of poetry is a correct answer. In this work of art, Matthew Arnold argues poetry served as a criticism of life governed by law, poetic truth and beauty. So this is a correct answer. And Sartor researchers is again a wrong option because Thomas Carlyle. It is written by Thomas Carlyle and deal with the social construction. So option A wrong, option B wrong, option D wrong, C is the correct answer. So this question from modern age from 20th century. Martha Quest was written by Doris Lessing. Okay, so Martha Quest is published in 1952. It is the opening novels of Doris Lessing, semi-autobiographical 5-part stories. The Children of Violence, which follows a woman's maturity in Africa, and others are wrong answer. Let us try to see why they are wrong. Jane Rice is renowned for Wide Sasago Sea. So she is renowned for Wide Sasago Sea. So many times asked in UGC NET, so be careful about it. Then Iris Murdoch. Iris Murdoch is also the wrong answer because he wrote a philosophical fiction, The Bell. And Nadine Gordimer. So Nadine Gordimer is a South African writer, apartheid on fiction. So our correct answer is Doris Lessing, and these are the wrong answer. The term stream of consciousness was taken from the book The Human Mind. It's wrong because it deals the historical psychological source. The main mind of the man is wrong answer. Mode of human behavior, because these three options are deal with similar subject, which is psychological source and literary criticism. Only the principle of psychology is deal with the psychology, but this is not a literary criticism. It deals with the psychology. If you watch my stream of consciousness in literary criticism video, then you can easily find out the name of this book. J.G. Fraser's The Golden Bug focus on. So obviously the first option, images, is wrong. Metaphor is also wrong, and symbols are also wrong, because these three are not common in Fraser's any works. But Fraser's work, we can see the archetypes. Archetypes is the common term used in Fraser's work, The Golden Bug. So Sir James George Fraser's cross-culture study, Golden Bug, points to the recurrent mythological archetypes influence early 20th modernist literature. So Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman relies for the tragic seriousness on the fate of, if you read this work, this is very renowned work by Arthur Miller, famous American author. So it is the protagonist, Willie Loman is the correct answer, and these three are apparently known. These are the character of Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. It is the Nobel Prize winning work. So many time UGC NET asks this question. So this is very important. Keep remember, Waiting for Godot is published in 1953, and this work deal with the American dreams, okay, whose identity unravels as he struggles false promise and American dreams. Okay, and the answer is Willie Loman is the correct answer. The character Leopold Bloom marks as appearance in the novel. So Sounds and Fury by William Faulkner, it is the wrong answer. Ulysses by James Joyce. Yes, James Joyce. So James Joyce is the correct answer. Serve the central advertising canvassers whose everyday wanders through Dublin on June 16, 1904. Structure James Joyce's modernist masterpiece Ulysses. And option A is the Southern Gothic by William Faulkner, To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf, and The Europeans by Henry James.